everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing the brand new Beauty Bay palette that launched today. So I'm so excited to be playing with this palette, doing a look, an honest review. So hope you all enjoyed this and let's get started. So I got this palette a few days ago in PR and I wanted to be completely transparent about that. It was gifted, but I have no obligation at all to say anything good about this palette. As you know, we'll do an honest review on it. So this is what the packaging looks like for it and I love it. This is so different for Beauty Bay. I think I've got the majority of Beauty Bay's palettes and this one is so different. Love this packaging, love the theme. So this is just in time for Valentine's. So when we actually get the palette out, this is what it looks like. It's one to add to their £20 palette collection, which I absolutely love. So I've got a little information card here with some information about the product. So it's going to be available to haul from the 29th of January 2024, which will be the day we're uploading this video. It's going to be £16, or if you're in euros that's 19, or dollars it's 22. Available only at Beauty Bay. I am so excited to give this a go. So like I said, this is something that is so different for Beauty Bay. They don't really have a colour story like this so far. So when we open up the palette, this is what it looks like. Got a full-size mirror and it's got 20 gorgeous shades. I'll be completely honest here. I didn't really know if the palette was going to be a bit of me when I saw it online. I thought it looks very grungy, a little bit too dark, and they didn't have many bright colours in it. But when I saw it in person, it looks a lot more bright and it looks like it's got a bigger variety in the colour story here. So you've got a little bit of red, you've got a bit of purple, a bit of mauve, a bit of pink, you've got some greyscale colours, some darks, you've got the black, you've got this really dark burgundy colour, you've got a nude, and then these shimmers are just everything. So I'm really excited to play with this palette and put it on my face. So now we're going to get started. I've got you zoomed in and ready to go. So I'm just going to go in with a bit of an eye base. I'm going to use the Pure Louise one because it's the OG and I'm back to using it again. I feel like I used this in every single video a couple of years ago, and then when I ran out I just didn't buy another one. A lot of it was just financial reasons, I just didn't buy another one. But now I've got back into using it again, it is just everything. It's such a good eye base. So I'm just tapping this into my eyes. What I've decided to do for this look is we're going to go in with deeper and darker colours on the outer corner and the inner corner of my eyes. Then for the centre we're going to go with something a little bit brighter and a little bit lighter. And then we're going to do some shimmers and like glitters on top of that. Don't know why my camera just isn't feeling like it's properly focusing today. I'm actually looking into investing in a new one anyway, so it's quite good timing. So I think this has been a really hard decision. I've just put all my hand inside the palette then. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go in with Love Song. It's like my dark colour for the outer corner, and then for the inner, like the inner part, like the centre of my lid, we're going to go with like some of the pinkier, purpler colours, because when I swatched them, I'll be honest, they just seemed a little bit too close to each other, just some of the other shades. So I was looking at maybe Paparazzi and Rebel, and on my fingers they look really different, but then when I started trying to blend them on my hand, they kind of just merged into each other a little bit more, and I would rather them be a lot more drastic in the change, like just look a lot more effective and bold. So I think we're going to go with the Love Song for the outer corner and then kind of take it from there. So that is what I'm going to go in with first. I can't believe it just stuck my finger in that palette there. You can just see where I put my finger in it. But that is a really pretty shade, to be fair. That's a really nice shade. So we're taking the shade Love Song, and I'm just going to start to tap this into my outer corner of my crease. And I'm going to do the same thing on my inner corner, and I'm literally just placing it there for now. We're not going to do any blending, we're just placing it there. Okay, I think I like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. I know a lot of people do like one eye at a time, but for me personally, I like to do them both at the same time because I feel like you can just get them to match so much better. I actually really like this colour. This is how it's looking. I'm going in with a Spectrum Fluffy brush. This is the B07. I'm just taking a little bit of the shade number 1 and a little bit of that brown and just mixing those together. Just a tiny bit of each, and then we're going to use that to start to blend this out. I don't want to blend too much, just so it's got a softer edge there. Just starting to bring that out. Going to do that there, and in my inner corners and on the other eye as well. how it's looking. I like how it's starting to come together. I'm going to go in with the pinky shade now, which is called Rebel. This one here looks really pretty. I'm just taking a P. Louise, what is this? This is a 272 brush. Just tapping into this. It looks quite pigmented. And we're going to just place this about there. And then we're going to start to blend it up. It is a very pigmented shade, so I don't want to go in with too much, but it looks really nice. I do think I want to bring that inner corner black a little bit higher up. Just from looking at the pink, I feel like it'd kind of make it look a little bit more complete and all together if I do that, but we're going to wait and do that after we place this pink. We'll be just bringing that up and blending it so it's nice and smooth. That is such a nice shade. I think it contrasts really, really well with that black. It's actually supposed to be brown, but it looks like a black to me, especially on camera. Let's have a look. And then we're going to go back in with that small brush. So going back in with that first colour, and we're just going to bring that up a little bit further, because I feel like it'll just look a lot better. Like that, just so you've kind of got that pink being in the centre there. Same thing on this eye. Otherwise it just looked a little bit wonky, like it just didn't quite work. So I think doing this, it'll look a little bit more even. Might need to blend it out a little bit later on, but that's not a problem. We'll do a little blend at the moment, but I might just add a little bit more intensity later. So just see how it goes. Now we're going to go back in with that pink. So I really like the pink Rebel, but I'm thinking maybe adding something else as well afterwards. So going back in with the Rebel shade for now and blending that up. But I think maybe right in my crease I'll use like a darker one. So there's quite a few different ones that we can choose from. We've got front row here, which is more of a purpley shade. We've got a fair down there. I think I might go in with the affair shade, you know, because that looks really nice. Going back in with that 272 brush. I don't want too much of this, and I'm placing the brush right into my crease and then just going back and forth with that. Right through my crease there, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side, placing it right into my crease and then just gently blending back and forth, because I don't want this shade to go really high up on my lid, but I still want to have that kind of definition from the depth of the shade. Okay, I really like that. I think that's just added a little bit more. And it's just made that light pink kind of like stand out a little bit more against the darker one. So I'm going to go back in with that Rebel pink there, and we're just blending that up until I'm happy with how that looks. I'm just really excited for these shimmers. Really excited to see what we're going to create with them. This is now how it's looking, and I like how it's coming together. I feel like the pinks made that look a little bit more dusky rather than black. And I think what I might do is go in with that small brush we were using before. I think it's the 234, yeah, the 234 brush. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of the black, which is called Leather. And I'm just going to place that right on the outer corner. And I don't want it to be spread too far anywhere else, just to really contrast. And right in the inner corner. Again, a really small bit on the inner corner. And the same thing on this side, a really small bit on the outer corner, just to contrast and make it like blend into a lighter, smokier version. A very small bit there, and then we're going to blend this out with that kind of like dusky brown. And I'm just really gently just buffing this. I've got a tiny bit of that original shade on, which is the Love Song shade. Tiny bit of that on there. And we're just buffing that out so it doesn't look patchy or anything. It looks nice and blended. This is now how it's looking. I want to add a touch more of that pink, then we're going to go in and do a cut crease. So I want the pink to look even more intense and just brighter. So I'm just going over just above my crease and just really gently buffing this. Same thing at this side. I just want it to look even brighter and just contrast more against that black and that smoky colour. Okay, we're going to go in now with a shimmer. I don't even know what shimmer to use because they're all so pretty. Part of me is leaning towards the gold, the VIP shade, because that looks insane. But then I really like the shade Girlfriend. I think the VIP one, you know, I might use Girlfriend in the centre and then VIP on either side, but we'll see. So what we're going to do, I'm going to carve my cut crease out using the P. Louise cut carver and one of the P. Louise brushes. This is the C2 brush. I actually got it from the December budget box. There we go. And we're going to start to cut the crease. I'm going to start by doing it right in the centre of my lid there where my crease starts, and then a little bit to the left of that and bringing it down, and then a little bit to the right. I don't want it to be like a full cut crease, just like across the centre. There we go. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this eye, so I'll just place my brush in the centre there, and then we're extending it either side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cotton bud and we're going to wipe away the excess of that product. So I'm just taking that there and just gently wiping that away. A bit easier when I've got my mirror. So now we've got that and we've got basically a base of where we want the cut crease to lie. Going in with my P. Louise base again. Grabbing some of this on the back of my hand. I'm going to work this into, oh, I've got fluff there. I'm going to work this into my brush. And then I'm just going to follow the outline that we've just created by gently just stamping that in place. I'm going to focus on the top part first and then just filling it in afterwards. And then tapping that in and filling it in. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to really gently use my finger to blend the edges of where the base meets the eyeshadow in place. This is how it's looking, and it's time to go in with some shimmer. So I'm going to go straight in with the gold, I think. I'm just going to pat this straight on to where I've applied that product there. Oh wow, I think that was definitely the right colour for that. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit just so you can see that shimmer a little bit better, because it doesn't always pick up as well on the camera. That is so pretty. Okay, so just going to really gently just swipe any of the excess off there. And then the same at this side, I'm going to gently just pat over that base. It's very pigmented and it's very, very shimmery. It's so pretty. But to be fair, I've always loved beauty based glitters. Like, they're always so pretty. I'm just trying to diffuse that into the inner corner and into the outer corner, gently using my finger. And that is how it looks. I think that's such a pretty shimmer. I love it. So I'm going to do my lower lash line now. I'm just going to take that brush that we used earlier on, that thin one, the 234 is it? Yeah, the 234 brush. I'm going to take Rebel for the centre, which is that pinky colour. And then the same thing on this eye, using Rebel in the centre. And then we're going to use the dark, which one's it called? Love Song, in the inner and outer corners. Inner corner there, outer corner, and then the same thing on this eye. And that is how it's looking. I feel like it really starts to bring a look together. What we're going to do is I'm just going to play with the blending on it all. Just make it look a little bit neater and make sure we've got some kind of strict boundaries between some of the colours, because I want it to blend but I don't want it to like merge into each other. But I've got quite a lot of pinkiness around this area here. And then in a corner too. And then we'll do the same thing up here, because I feel like that has kind of merged in with the pink a little bit. Like I said, I do want them to blend, but I want it to be a bit more blocky in the dark, light, dark for the colours. this is now how it's looking. It's definitely something a little bit more different than I normally do. This is now how it's looking. It's very different for me, but it feels very on theme for the palette. Very grungy Valentine's kind of like mix. And it does feel a little bit on theme with the packaging as well. If that shimmer was silver, that would like totally match the packaging, which I love. So this is how it's looking. Overall, I do really like the palette. Is it one of my favourite ones Beauty Bay have released? No. I think one of my favourites compared would definitely have to be the New Mood one, because just look at the variety in there. And like if we compare them, yes, they're very similar in the variety. They've both got shimmers, they've both got different colours in. I just feel like there's so much more potential with this one for me personally, because I'm into more bright colours, but I still think you get so many different kind of like colours and different like opportunities out of this one. I love the shimmers, I love all the different colours. I think they're really, really pretty. I just personally think this isn't my favourite Beauty Bay palette they've ever released, but it's still really nice. It's still definitely worth the money, and I'm really glad that I've got it, and I can't wait to experiment with it more. So this is the final look. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know any other products you'd like me to review. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Bye!